everyone, I've got another just informational video for you today. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to continue to put out videos. It is like 22 degrees out right now, but once it warms up just a little bit, we'll get some days on the water too to help you guys out and give you a little bit of entertainment too. So first, before we start, make sure that you like and subscribe to the video and hit that bell icon. We're going to try to put out videos every single week. And want you guys to be able to enjoy all this, and put a comment below. Let us know how you like some of these informational ones. We've got a couple more coming up in the next few weeks. And if you have any ideas for other future videos you want us to post out, we'll be more than happy to check those out and try to put some information out for you. So, before we get started, make sure that when you hop on our website, which is www.risenfly.com, go to the bottom, or there's even a pop-up once you hop onto the site to get into our email list. So when you do that, you actually get a 15% off coupon code for your first order. So make sure that you do that today, and you can check out everything that we have on the site. So today we're going to talk about, as I said, looking outside, we've had some snow in the last couple weeks here in western Pennsylvania. It's been pretty cold. A lot of the streams, lakes are icing over, whether you ice fish or not, then you are getting out. But for the rest of us, we're sitting at home, we're tying flies, and just waiting for that thaw and waiting for the season to kick in. So what can we be doing over the next couple weeks? So today's going to be just kind of a prep of what do I do to get ready for the season. Let's look at all the gear that I have. What do I need to organize a little bit better, and then kind of prepping so that when the season does start to turn around, the weather warms up, you're all ready for it. So one of the first things you guys can do for getting ready for this season is to check out your fly lines. So fly lines, they're built out of a flexible PVC type plastic material covered over either a braided core or a monocore. With any sort of plastic, it's just going to degrade over time. So UV rays are horrible for them, heat is horrible for them, and then all the dirt and grime that you get into it kind of gets into some of the pores of that and can break it down a little bit quicker. So most people say, well, how often should I change my fly line? Well, it depends on how much you use it. For a little bit of moderate use, a good fly line could last you years and years and years, but you have to take care of it. Most of us don't. I always tease like, oh, I don't take the greatest care of my fly lines, but I've got a few extra in inventory in case I need some. So the first thing you should do is take a look at your line, pull it out off of the reel, take a good 20 feet out so you can take a look at everything there. If at the end of the season the tip of your floating line was sinking, you probably need a new floating line. You probably broke into the core with a crack or two, and water's getting in it and it's breaking down. But if you look at your fly line, you'll be able to see visible cracks if possible. If not, the best advice I give: strip off all of your fly line, throw it into just a 5-gallon bucket, put some Dawn dish soap in there, and just give it a good cleaning. Take a rag and run the whole fly line through the rag with a little bit of dish soap, and that'll help. Don't use any cleaners. People say, oh, can I use WD-40 and that'll make it slicker? No, don't put any chemicals or anything like that on it. Use some natural cleaners that you have out there, and that'll help out great. If you need a new fly line, take the old fly line off, and we actually accept old fly lines because my daughter Lilia makes those bracelets out of them, so you can mail them into the shop here. The address is on the very bottom of our website there, and if you do that, you can actually reach out to us. We'll give you a coupon code for a new fly line too. Speaking of that, and we're talking about fly lines now, if you hop onto our website, so this video will post on a Monday morning, so Monday through Wednesday this week. If you go onto our website and use the code FLYLINE, you'll save 15% on all of our fly lines. So if you do need a fly line because yours is bad, or you need to replace it, or you just want something different, hop onto our site, use that code, and you'll be able to get a discount on our fly lines. So that's the first section we'll talk about. The next one, which is mostly a disaster for all of us, is our fly boxes. So when you open your fly boxes, I know mine at the end of the season, they have ones that I tied brand new, ones that I use. These ones are torn apart. These ones hopefully are not rusted, but maybe they are. Go through your boxes and kind of take the bad ones out, keep the good ones, reorganize them. Some of the bad ones might not necessarily be bad. One of the things you can do is kind of steam them. So especially your dry flies. If you've got some dry flies that got some fish slobber on them, hopefully. They might have got a little compacted with the hackles or the parachutes or anything that you have on them. If you put them over a little bit of steam, it'll kind of give them a little bit of life again, and you can throw them back in your box. I know I've talked before in the past about organizing boxes. I won't touch on that too much, but for me what helps is organizing my boxes by type. So I've got a box full of all of my regular nymphs. I've got a box or 3 full of my Euro nymphs. I've got streamer boxes. I've got a box for my bass flies when I go out bass fishing. I've got dry flies by hatches, so I probably have about 6 dry fly boxes. So when the sulfurs and March browns come around, I have one box that just has my sulfur and March brown pattern in it. So it's got emergers, it's got dry flies, both in catskill and parachute. It's got my spinner patterns for the spinner fall in the evening, and maybe even some nymphs as well throughout the day, depending on the hatch itself. So I've got that, with a handful of different hatches throughout the year, so that when I go out looking for those bugs, I don't need to be like, oh, I've got these flies, this pattern here and that pattern there, and I'm carrying 4 or 5 boxes. So try to keep yourself as organized as possible. I think that helps your fishing throughout the year, rather than, like me, you've got a big Rubbermaid tote in the back of your truck or your car, and you're digging through it trying to figure out what you need throughout the day. Well, if you're a little bit more organized, okay, I just need this box for the day, or I got my nymph box and I've got my search or dry fly box, or caddis are coming out, so got my caddis box out for the day. So, tear apart all those boxes, get rid of all the bad ones. You can strip the materials if you'd like, reuse the hooks and beads, or you can just kind of get rid of them, especially if they're bent, or you've got some flies that have seen better days, but hopefully the better days were because you caught fish. And then that gives you a little bit more help on what you need to tie or buy before the season. So if you're looking at your caddis box and you've got 3 tan elk hair caddises in there, you might need to tie a few more for the season. So reorganizing now before the season kicks in a month or 2 for most of us really helps out in getting everything ready. Last but not least is check out your waders. Waders, my patented phrase is all waders leak eventually. So give yourself a good cleaning of your waders. A lot of times those breathable waders, when you get dirt into them, it kind of clogs up the pores and sometimes makes them leak because of that. Same thing, I get like just a bristle brush, some dish soap and some water, and scrub them all down. One trick of the trade to find leaks, you can turn them inside out, fill them up with water, but if you scrub them down with soap and water, you can take your shop vac, put the exit hose into it, fill it up with air, and anywhere you see bubbles pop up, you're going to find leaks. So what I would do is mark it with a marker, and then try to seal it on the inside if you can. It's better to seal on the inside than the outside, but there's a lot of good products out there. There's AquaSeal, Loon has a UV curing one, and a lot of times you get a patch with your waders. So go ahead and check that out. Make sure that you're ready. You don't want to hop in the stream the first time of the year and have a wet foot for your whole first day. So doing all your prep work before your season comes out will really help you out in being prepared for the season. So that's the video we have for today. I hope you guys got some information off of that. If there's any other tips that you have in getting ready for the season, go ahead and throw a comment below on it. And we've got a few more of these coming up soon, and then we've got some other fun videos that'll be out here in the next month or 2. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you, and have a great day.